Audie Murphy was America's most highly decorated war hero, a brave fighter who afterward became a Hollywood legend. He was the image of bravery, patriotism, and the heart of a true American to the general public. But behind the success and glory, there were eerie aspects that did not quite make sense. His untimely death in an unexplained plane crash shocked the world, but with the passing of time, more questions have arisen, questions that are much more ominous than anyone had anticipated. Audie Murphy's story is no longer as simple as we thought. With odd gaps in the information, missing pieces of the puzzle, and rumors of conspiracy, his death is starting to appear to be something more than an accident. Could someone have wanted the truth to be buried with him? The deeper we dig, the more terrifying it gets. What actually happened to Audie Murphy? Follow us as we uncover the treasured mystery, one more sinister than we ever thought. Born on June 20, 1922, just outside Kingston, Texas, Audie Murphy was a quiet, reserved boy growing up in poverty during the Great Depression. Even though he was shy, he had a quiet strength that would serve him well throughout his life. Following the Pearl Harbor attack, Murphy, along with thousands of other young Americans, wanted to serve their country. Murphy falsified his age and entered the Army at 17. Although he was small and looked like a baby, Murphy soon demonstrated that he had unparalleled drive. Sent to Camp Wolters for training, he worked hard beyond limits. What started as a hesitant beginning soon became a fantastic military career. During World War II, Murphy was sent to several combat areas like North Africa, Sicily, Anzio, and France. Murphy went from private to staff sergeant and later got a battlefield commission to second lieutenant at the age of 19. His greatest display of heroism occurred on January 26, 1945, outside Holtzwihr, France. In freezing temperatures and confused surroundings, Murphy commanded Company B of the 15th Infantry Regiment in the face of a ferocious German attack. When conditions grew serious, he instructed his troops to fall back for protection while he remained behind, controlling artillery fire from a field telephone. He then reportedly ordered fire onto his own position as the enemy advanced. When an M10 Hellcat tank destroyer was hit and caught on fire, most would have retreated. Murphy instead got aboard the burning vehicle and mounted its machine gun, firing unceasingly at the advancing German troops. For almost an hour, in leg wounds still, he remained alone in holding his position. His actions pushed the enemy back and saved his entire company. Some accounts give him credit for killing more than 240 enemy soldiers that day, although the exact figure is contested. What's not certain is that his courage earned him the Medal of Honor and the admiration of a nation. Following the war, Murphy came home a national hero. In June of 1945, he received the Medal of Honor in a ceremony in Austria. Almost still a boy, he appeared too youthful for the dignity of the award. But his actions had already shown otherwise. To begin anew, Murphy went to Hollywood. He acted in films, made appearances, and socialized with stars, but the glamour could not erase the psychological wounds of war. Haunted by the death of his comrades and the horror of what he experienced, he fought silently what we today recognize as PTSD. Murphy's break came when actor James Cagney spotted his picture on the cover of Life magazine and brought him to Hollywood. Although their first partnership didn't pan out, Murphy persevered. He learned to act, lived frugally, and started getting small roles in movies. With the assistance of author David "Spec" McClure, he wrote his memoir, To Hell and Back, which was a bestseller and adapted into a movie where Murphy played himself. The film was huge and solidified him as a Hollywood star. Murphy's movie career lasted over 2 decades. From 1948 to 1969, he appeared in more than 40 films, primarily westerns. He enjoyed a close working partnership with director Jesse Hibbs and worked with friend and confidant Willard and Mary Willingham. Although successful on screen, Murphy was a private and sometimes difficult man. His initial marriage to actress Wanda Hendricks was ending in divorce by 1951. Within days of this, he married Pamela Opal Lee Archer, and 2 sons were born. Household life afforded him moments of tranquility, but his internal wars never abated. He invested himself in breeding quarter horses on ranches in California and Arizona, his private sanctuary from public life. Financial miscalculations pursued him, however. A disastrous oil investment in Algeria in 1968 cost him $260,000. Tax trouble with the IRS piled on top of that. Nevertheless, he turned down fat contracts for selling cigarettes and liquor, knowing the impact on young fans. He bore the responsibility of being a model himself, even when it cost him money. Although Hollywood took up most of his life, Murphy never completely abandoned the military. He stayed active in the Texas Army National Guard and subsequent Army Reserve and rose to the rank of major. He trained soldiers, worked on recruitment, and remained very involved with issues of veterans. He was upset that he did not get sent to Korea with his unit, but his commitment never faltered. Even during filming, his devotion to the uniform never flared. As the 1960s were ending, Murphy's opportunities in film started to lessen. His last productions were a combination of westerns and more experimental projects, demonstrating his desire to mature as an actor. His last film was A Time for Dying, which was released in 1969. Although his star in Hollywood was diminishing, he continued to be an honored figure throughout the nation. May 28, 1971. Tragedy. Audie Murphy was killed in a crash of a private plane near Roanoke, Virginia. The accident took the lives of everyone on board, and pilot error was determined to be the cause. But rumor and suspicion developed over the years. Why were the circumstances of the flight so unclear? Why was the investigation so short? Was the crash just an accident, or was there something more sinister involved? Audie Murphy's is a tale of courage, grit, and depth. He was a war hero and a battle-tested fighter. He battled foes overseas and demons within. From poor Texas farm boy to most decorated soldier in American history, and then Hollywood legend, is nothing short of remarkable. But the enigma of his death remains. Perhaps someday we will be able to know the whole truth. Until that day, his life remains a testament to bravery in combat and the quiet, persistent struggles that even heroes must endure.